Hopefully this will be recorded in such a way that I will like it. What's up, Brave New World? It's Joshua again here with the video. With a video that hopefully will be recorded being recorded during the last day of the year. And it is a personal report about this. It's a personal literary report about this particular book that I finished a while ago. That is The Long Song by Andrea Levy. How do you pronounce that name? I have no idea. So, there is this fourth section called A Few Similarities I See with Huckleberry Finn and this particular book, even if I'm nowhere near done with that particular book, and they are probably very few. And it is, while reading this book, the one by Mark Twain, Huckleberry Finn, while reading this book, the one by Mark Twain, Huckleberry Finn, immediately came to mind. Yes, the fact that it has a black protagonist interact with the other protagonist has something to do with it. On the other hand, Levi's masterpiece has multiple characters and the amount of black slave-like vocabulary is astonishing. Both take place during a time where slavery was still a thing, and they talk about racism and bigotry. There is some discussion about morality as well as society and hypocrisy. There is racism, naturally, and the most important similarity, I would say superficially, would be that the N-word is constantly said during the book. I still haven't finished Huckleberry Finn. However, in the so far read content, the N-word is served and mentioned constantly. Is said constantly. Initially, I only thought that the N-word being said was pretty much the one and most important similarity between these two books. Nevertheless, there is this one picture that shows the themes of Huckleberry Finn, and damn it, it's too high. No me interrumpas, por favor, Luna, te lo pido. ¿Oíste, corazón? Gracias, corazón, te lo agradezco. ¿En qué estábamos? Nevertheless, there is this picture that shows the themes of Huckleberry Finn with Nevertheless, there is this picture that shows the themes of Huckleberry Finn, and with that visual input in mind, I definitely have clearer ideas as to what similarities these books have. Right? This picture has a particular name and a copyright symbol, so I will describe it. I will describe it, and then I will mention the themes that I consider are shared between these two books. All right. As for the picture, it says directly, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Themes. It says race. Oh yeah. It has a blue frame. It has a kind of blue frame. Huele hasta acá la pasta dental, No te preocupes, no me quejo por eso. It has a kind of blue frame and multiple things.
Mira qué bonitos quedaron.
Estoy seguro. Alright. It has blue frame that resembles ocean waves, and it has what? And it says there are some letters that say SHMOOP. SHMOOP University 2016. That means almost 6 years ago. ¿Los estás lavando en la lavadora? No inventes. My niece is washing her sneakers in the washing machine. How odd is that? So anyway, let's continue with this. Shuts up. You think so? You think so? Let's continue. Alright. So far, 5 minutes, I think it does have. Yeah. 2016, all rights reserved. Coma, all rights reserved. Reserved. All rights reserved. Does it have to talk about, does it have the theme of race? Oh, yes it does. Hell yes it does. Does it have morality and ethics? I totally think it does. Rules and order? Probably. Rules and order? I guess so. I guess it does. Because from time to time, the, what's the word for this one? Capataz. Because the foreman, the taskmaster, let's call it, because the plantation taskmaster gathers the slaves, the black slaves, rules and order, I guess it does, because from time to time the plantation taskmasters gather the black slaves, and proceeds to tell them what to do and force them, get them to work. I'm not sure, to be honest, but I assume it does. I only assume. Therefore, feel free to, so what's the word? Feel free to, goddammit, criticize me on this. What else? Race? Of course it does. Of course it does have it. Andrea, Levi's masterpiece is filled with it, because the protagonists, yes, Miss July, Mrs. July, Miss July, is involved with a white, what do you call this? Hacendado? Hacendado. With a white homeowner, and ends up having his child, I think, and such action naturally has major negative and catastrophic consequences, and some old croon. What's the meaning of croon? What do you call the septon? Give me a second. Que no salga. So one more time. Where were we? We were saying that is Miss there. With that, because the protagonist, Miss July, is involved with a white homeowner and ends up having his child, I think. And such action natural has negative, and some old crones wiggle about in total shock and disgust over the idea of a white man, a young white man, mating? No, what's the word? Mating? I don't think so. A young white man having been romantically and even carnally involved with a black woman. Race and racism. It naturally does. The N-word being said is just the tip of the iceberg. It shows you a protagonist who happens to be black. It shows you a protagonist and some characters who happen to be black, and how their lives evolve and revolve during slavery, pre-abolition and post-abolition. Otra canción, another song. It's fascinating the way it does. Moral and ethics. I am sure it does. I'm sure this theme is included as there is some debate whether slavery should be abolished at all. Should be abolished. And many people believe that. No, wait, no. Alright. Pre-slavery and post-abolition. Moral and ethics. I'm sure this theme is included as there is some debate whether slavery should be abolished. And many people believe that. And, wait. It is widely believed and accepted that such thing is a horrid practice and a total, a total violation of basic human rights. Yes, this sounds emotionally superficial. No, I would say superficial, but I am sure many people would agree. It's just a matter of empathy. See some people being sold. Imagine some people being sold. Would you like to be in their shoes? I'm sure you wouldn't. I'm sure no one would like that. Rules and order. What else? Lies and deceit? I don't think so. I doubt it. I'm not going to include that one. What else? Religion. I suppose. I think that the religion is mentioned a few times. What else? Friendship, of course. Friendship, man versus the world. Wait. Man versus the world. That's Tom Sawyer. That's Tom Sawyer's and Huck Finn's theme. That's what kind of story theirs is. Levi's masterpiece, on the other hand, I would say it is man versus nature and time. Nature and the time in which life is being lived. Okay, ¿qué sigue? Youth and growth. It is a story of a life, of a person's life, and this person's journey in the hard task of growing up during a time in which people of her skin color are viewed as lesser and second-class citizens. If not, no. Alright. It is a story. It is a story of a person's life. What else do we have here? It is a story of a person's life. There is one part that says drugs and alcohol. That would be Tom Sawyer. I mean, Huckleberry Finn. However, the only thing that they would say it's an alcohol thing is the fact that they have sugar plantations, and sugar is part of rum. So you be the judge. I'm not going to write about that one. And that's it. Overall, wait a minute. Overall, overall, the N words being said is what I consider the main similarity. The other info I included is extra. Anyone can disagree or complement, disagree or debunk or complement my ideas written. Next section, the experience, or I think that's it. I'm going to stop right there with this particular section that I enjoy writing. The camera is right there, but however, I'm talking from a different perspective. Thank you so much, Brave New World. This is probably gonna be the last video of this year, so later this evening, I'm going to show you, I'm going to hopefully do something in order to celebrate this particular new year, alright? See you next year when I finish this one, but I will do my best to finish this particular report before the year ends.